and welcome back to the Bottom Bench podcast on the Parlay Sports app. I'm joined with Richie today, and we're going to talk about Rasmus Hojlund to Manchester United. So there's been a lot of reports about Hojlund joining Manchester United all summer. However, it looks like they have stepped up their interest in the Atalanta forward. The Danish striker has been brilliant for both club and country in the last 2 years, and it looks like Erik ten Hag might finally get his man this summer. Connor, what's your initial thoughts on the potential deal?
I'm actually really excited about this one, to be honest. United, in terms of like a proper centre forward, we only really had Weghorst and Martial this year, and to be honest, as much as it pains me to say, neither really cut the mustard this year. Weghorst poor when he come in, couldn't score goals. I think he offered other things to United, but I mean, as a striker, your primary goal should be to score goals, and he just didn't do that. Whereas with Martial, when he does play, you get a good overall performance. But I mean, can he put 3 games together? No, he can't. This is a kid with a stellar injury record, 20 years of age. A lot of the reporting and the sort of stat finding that I was trying to do around Højlund, and when I was putting together my package to do an article on him, actually, a lot of Italian media actually say he's very inconsistent. But I mean, he's 20 years of age. I think that's to be expected. And under Ten Hag, can he gain consistency? I absolutely think he can, yes. Like, we're looking at a guy in all the competitions that he played in last season, including the Austrian Bundesliga. He managed 16 goals and 7 assists. It's good numbers, really strong numbers for a player like that. A lot of his attacking percentiles are all in that dark green area, which lets you know he's in the 95, 96, 97, even 98 percentile for shot creating actions, expected goals and assists. So I think this is a really exciting player that United could potentially get their hands on.
Definitely. And as we know, and as you alluded to already, Manchester United are in desperate need of a number 9, an out-and-out number 9. And look, if any manager can nurture this kind of talent, we've seen Erik ten Hag has the ability to do that. At 20 years of age, his potential really is untapped, and it could be a huge coup for Manchester United. Now, there is talk of a large transfer fee. Originally, there was chat of about 30 million euros, but that was for last January, and that looks like it's completely off the table after a good second half of the season for Højlund. So they're talking more between 50 and 60 million euros at the minute. However, Samuel Lackhurst this morning tweeted that Mason Greenwood, who is still under investigation at Manchester United, there is talks that he has accepted a move to Atalanta on loan for the season. So could that sweeten the deal?
I think it could. And to be honest, in terms of Greenwood himself, I think it will be good for him to, get out of the country and go and play his football elsewhere. Look, it's no secret, me and you both, and Connor as well on the bottom bins, don't want to see Greenwood pull on a shirt for United ever again. Yeah. The only thing that annoys me about it is the fact that, he might be getting a chance elsewhere, but that's neither here nor there. Yeah. As part of sweetening the deal, yeah, I think it could. I absolutely think it could. I think Greenwood's 20, 21, isn't he? Somewhere in that range. So you'd almost be, swapping like for like in that sense, in terms of age. And, when you look at Højlund and what he's already achieved, I mean, he has 6 goals in 4 qualifying games for Denmark already. The guy is obviously prolific in front of goal. And it's something that we just have lacked, really. I know, obviously, we had Ronaldo in there who scored 24 goals in a season, but this is also a guy that's going to bring everybody else into play. And by all means, I'm not expecting Rashford to go and have another 30-goal season next year. I do think with the signing of Højlund, you do take away a lot of that sort of responsibility on Rashford. Yeah, exactly. You get to share the goals amongst that front three. But for the money that is being reported at the minute, I do think, a swap with Greenwood could absolutely sweeten that deal, send him out there for a year and bring us Højlund in. I'm just curious to know how much it would actually bring the fee down to, because I know we are just so limited with FFP until we start getting players out the window. And yourself, Oran, for United to sell players, it's near impossible, really.
Very, very difficult. It's very, very difficult. On a strictly football and sense in terms of football and ability. Greenwood going to Atalanta makes perfect sense for the Italian club. And look, I think it takes the need of them having to get a replacement straight away. That means they've got a full season to go and find another talent like they did with Højlund. So I think it could even knock about £10 million off, to be 100% honest. And if United are to get that deal done for in the region of 36 to 40 million pounds, I think that's brilliant business. And like we've seen it before, Manchester United have a great relationship with Atalanta. Just looking even at the Amad Diallo deal a couple of years ago. And there's also links with him being linked with a move back on loan to Atalanta in terms of sweetening the deal. However, that they've kind of fizzled out in the last couple of weeks, and it looks like Greenwood is definitely going to Italy. So look, if it knocks off a couple of £1 million, it's a brilliant deal for Manchester United. Final verdict before we leave it: Rasmus Hojlund, will he be a success at Manchester United if he comes?
I think so. I think this is the type of striker that United have just been crying out for the last, really, from we lost like Ibrahimovic. This is the exact profile of striker that United need, and he is a very similar profile of striker that Ten Hag has previously worked with, and I think that's really, really important. Getting a player in like that a manager can mould and can change to his style of play, and because the kid's still only 20 years of age, there is so much time on his side to become the footballer that the manager sees him becoming. So I think yes. Now look, will he come in and be an instant success? I'm not quite sure. Obviously, when you do sign a 21-year-old, I always like to give them a season to kind of bed in and give them that season to take a wee bit of pressure off their shoulders. But listen, if they come into United next season and score 12 to 15 goals, I'd be absolutely delighted.
Yeah, it would be stunning. He's young, he's hungry, he's fast, and it looks like he could be making his way to Old Trafford. So our final verdict from the bottom bins is a big thumbs up for Rasmus Hojlund to Manchester United. Cheers.
Absolutely. Not a bother, lad. No problem.
In a bit, man.